Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on AWS Lake Formation. So in this demo, we will set up AWS Lake Formation. We will create an S3 bucket for our data lake. We will register the S3 bucket as a data lake location. We will create a database using AWS Glue. We will create a table using AWS Glue crawler. We will configure lake formation permissions. We will query data using Amazon Athena and we will test the whole setup and finally clean up all the resources. So this is the demo overview. So we will set up data lake first. So we'll create a S3 bucket. We'll register data lake location in lake formation. We'll create database in lake formation. Then we'll create catalog entries. We'll deploy Glue crawler, and this Glue crawler will create table definition in the lake formation. Then we'll configure the permissions in IAM permissions, and that will give permissions to Athena to query these tables, and this IAM permissions will control access to the Athena also, and these permissions will also be attached to the lake formation. So step 1, we'll see what lake formation has to offer. So we'll log into AWS console. So this will be the first screen, and then it will have welcome screen where you can actually choose the initial administrative users and roles. So let me show you. So I am at console home. I'll search for lake formation. Click on AWS Lake Formation. So this is the first time screen. So first you will be presented with this particular screen. The first step in creating your data lake in lake formation is defining one or more administrators. Administrators have full access to the lake formation console and control the initial data configuration and access permission. So basically I am saying I am the root user, so give me all permission. So get started. So this is the step 1. Next, there is no need for it because earlier this was by default, but now they give the option to uncheck this one and add some other AWS users or roles. Okay, next is how it works and all. So this will so you can just go through the screen that you can automatically ingest, clean, encrypt and register existing S3 bucket. Then you can secure and control access to the your data which is residing in S3 bucket. And then you can collaborate and use through the lake formation, and you can have monitoring and audit also. So this is the data lake setup looks like. So first you have to register your S3 storage, then you create a database and grant permissions. So first step is to create a S3 bucket. So here also you can see the same thing, how it works. You define the lake formation tag, but we will be using direct access, and you can so through the tags you can control permissions and all. And you can delegate the lake formation tag also. So I'll search for S3, open link in a new tab. I'll copy the S3 bucket name. So copy the bucket name and click on create bucket. I'll paste the bucket name and create bucket. So once you have created a bucket, you have to register S3 location in lake formation. So we'll go back and register the data lake locations. So I'll just so here we are at the lake formation, and on the left side you can go through the whole menu. There is the data catalog, databases, tables, then data filters, data sharing and crawlers. Then you have permissions where you can have data lake permissions, lake formation tags and permissions, hybrid access mode. And then you have administration. So we have done this particular step, administrative role and tasks. Then we are doing the data lake locations. So I'll click this. I'll just collapse this so we have more space. Register location and Amazon S3 path, browse and take the bucket which we have just created. Select, and let me see what options I have to. So I have chosen the path and IAM role. So it will create an IAM role also for this is a service linked role for lake formation to work with. And that's all. Make sure you select the default hybrid access mode. Register location. So this location is registered. So it will show like this. So you can have more locations also registered. Next step is permissions mode, which I have given. And this is the final screen. Then I will create a database. So I will copy the database name. So I will call it demo database. So once I have come here, location is there. Expand this and go to databases. Close all this notifications. Okay. So by default there is a default database, but we will create our own database and paste the database name. And then location is optional, but I will still choose this. So here also you can directly go to it will then use the default location. So I'll choose the S3 bucket and select the default permissions for newly created tables. So use only IAM access control for new tables in this database. So this setting maintains existing data catalog behavior. So data catalog also can control who can access your tables, what they can do, like DDL, data definition language, and data manipulation language, DML. But this will allow you to have hybrid. So you can have AWS IAM also can control access and as well as data catalog. So create database. So we have created our own lake formation database. Next step is we have chosen the S3 location. Now we'll upload some sample data. So this is the sample data, just few lines, nothing special. So what you can do, you can copy the whole content, whichever editor you like the most, you paste it and just save it with this particular name, employees.csv. And now next I will upload the data. So I go to the S3 bucket and lake formation demo, click on upload, add files. So I have saved it to desktop actually, and under lake formation demo. So you can keep it anywhere, make sure the name of the file is same, and click open and upload. So this is uploaded, and now we'll create a table. So this is uploaded and you can close it. So we are going step by step. So database is created. Now next step would be to create a table. So I'll close all this unnecessary notification which I have already seen. Okay, and so I have created some tables previously, so they are still there, but I'll create table and provide a table name. Okay, so I'll be using create table using a crawler. So this will actually use the AWS glue. So crawler will, as the name suggests, it will crawl and it will identify the schema also. So when I create table using crawler, it will open the AWS glue console. So I'll call this employee data crawler because the data is about employees. Paste the name and click on next, and you can select the data source. So I will choose the data source. So just choose the S3 path. So it will crawl everything recursively. So say add a data source and S3, okay, add new connection. Okay, so add new connection. Okay, let me try this. Okay, sorry, yes, so I have to select yes. Add a data source and okay. Sorry for that. Okay, so basically I was coming into network connection, which is optional, so I don't have to do that. S3, and in this account browse S3 and you just have to select the bucket. So basically this will saying that just crawl all subfolders. You find any files, it can be CSV, Parquet, whatever, it will crawl and create the necessary schema for me. So I'll say add an S3 data source, and this is done. Click on next. This is unnecessary tab. I'll close this. Okay, and then create a new IAM role. So just click this and take the name. So I'll copy the name from the demo. Okay, create and click on next. Then target database. So I can select the one which I have just created, demo database, and rest all is fine. Click on next, and then finally you can review and create. So employee data crawler, data source just S3, and security settings nothing, and database name. Create crawler. So this will now go. So when you click run crawler, it will go ahead and it will start going through all the files in the bucket. It can be in folders, subfolders, and it will find out all the files, and it will create the necessary tables for us. So once I have done all this, so I am role and the output and scheduling. So basically you have frequency where you can say on demand or based on some interval. So I am basically saying on demand, and after running crawler, it should create table in lake formation. So this will be creating. So because we were in this particular lake formation and we went to glue for finding out the schema and creating the table. So after some time it should create table in the lake formation. So let me just refresh. So it's still going on. So around 48 seconds. So it's completed after 1 minute 9 seconds. So if I come back to lake formation and click on refresh, I should see a table. So this is lake formation demo. So basically it takes the exact bucket name as the table name. So if I click this, I should see all the columns and all, which is correct. There are basically 4 columns. So ID, name, department, salary. Okay, moving on. So now I create an IAM user for testing. So I'll showcase how it looks like, how to grant permissions for this user through lake formation. So I take this particular user, lake formation user 1, and go to IAM. I will open this in a new tab. So when I create a user, I have to assign some permissions. So it will be lake formation user 1, and the user needs to be added to 2 groups, basically Athena full access, because I will be showing how the user accesses will use Athena to query lake formation table, and second is S3 full access. Okay, copying the username and users, create user, provide user access to console. I want to create an IAM user, custom password, uncheck user must create a new password at next sign in. So I'll copy the password, paste the password, and click on next. Now I can add this user to a group or policy. So this is unchecked, so it's not added. Click this, and there are 2 policies. So I'll just move, and first is Athena full access. So select this. Next is S3 full access. So select this and click on next. So now you can review and create username, 2 policies, and create user. So user is created. Now we will start doing the testing. Next is to grant permissions to the table. So now we have created a user. Now through lake formation, we can start granting permissions. So once I go back to lake formation, this table, click on actions, grant, and now you can select user. So I will choose the demo user, and you can use lake formation tags or catalog resources. So I'll say named data catalog, demo database, table which we have just created, because I was at the table screen, that's why it has automatically picked up. And herein you can have permissions, so you can select, insert, delete. So based on select, only user will get select access. If you give delete, he can get delete access. So anyway, I will just give super for the time being, and I will revoke it for the demo purpose. So I'll say super, and select hybrid access mode. So make click formation permissions effective immediately. So grant, because earlier we gave IAM permissions. Now by selecting this, it will take into consideration everything, IAM as well as this what we have specified. So this is at a very granular level. This is working at the table level. So we have given the permission, and okay, next we will see the data lake permissions, all the data lake permissions. So this information is here. So if you click on data lake permissions, you will see the user is given access to this. There is an entry. Okay, next I will just view the data, so how it looks for the admin user. So if I go back to this screen and go to the tables, so I can select this my table and actions, view data, and this will open in Athena. So preview. And so first time you will get this screen. Before you run the first query, you need to set up a query result location in S3. So if I come to Athena and just expand here, I'll close this tabs from my previous demo. Close query, close. Okay. Now to preview that table, you can come to data catalog, database, demo database, and it will list the tables. And if I click these three dots, preview table, close this query, and it has automatically populated the query. So I'll say run again. So it has ran the query and gave me the result. So this screen, right? This screen will come if you have not done the Athena, like you would never ever run the Athena query before. So just have to set up the S3. So I have given the steps in this will be available in the resources. So you just create a bucket with any name. Just make sure there's a bucket. So you'll click here, edit settings, and in the Athena you just create in S3 you just create a bucket, and you just add the query editor and the Athena bucket, any bucket which you have created. Just call it Athena queries. Okay, now we have seen how it looks like for the root user. Next is to log in as a test user. So here I have created the user. So what you can do to make it faster, you can just copy the console sign in URL. I will open a Cognito or private window. Paste the URL. I will copy the username. So account ID is already populated. Paste the username and take the password also, and click on sign in. So just click next and done, so that you can go to the Athena service. So user does not have access to a lot of services, but he can go to Athena. So click on Athena. Explore the query editor and expand the data source. Let me copy the query direct. So select, so I can copy it from query editor. I'll just copy the whole query and paste it. So right, so this is the thing which I talked about. Athena now, before you run the first query, you need to set up a query result location. So let's say edit settings, browse S3. So just select the Athena queries choose and okay, because I am in the wrong region, so I have to switch to US East because the bucket is also in US East 1. So I'll go browse S3 once again and select the Athena queries bucket, click on save and close this and go back to the editor. Now if I go to data source and database, now I'm able to even see all the, because earlier I was in the wrong region. So I just select the demo database and the table and click the 3 dots and preview table. And if I just so run again, so now as we can see it's already started. The query can be run by the test user. All we have to do is now is to remove the, for the purpose of basically lake formation is to let you query your information from like S3 and all these locations and allow you to have the centralized access management control. So this is the feature which it adds up, like how you can have all these permissions, granular level, table level, or even you can delegate it. So now you can actually revoke the permission. So if I go to the data permissions, so before I do that, I'll just show you like what are the additional permissions that can be given. So if I close this and go to the table actions and grant, so herein I can select IAM users. I can use IAM SSO, IAM identity center, and SAML users, external accounts. Then I can give it by based on LF tags and name data catalog resources. And under that you have like you can have filters also. So basically that will give less amount of data. So there's like a view. So you can create data filters. So data filters are basically over here, data filters. And so this is the, we just gave a very like select, we gave super. So basically user can do everything, but you can do at you can do like which you can delegate. User can also delegate those permissions to other users. And this is all related to that that particular table. So you can have some views also. This is what is related to the filters. Okay, now I will revoke the permission to show how that user should also be revoked his whatever access he has got. So I go to the permissions and click on data lake permissions, and there is only one entry because this is the one user. And when we enter login first time, this is what it does. So it says root, and your root has all access. So this is what it has made entry in the data lake permissions table. So there are total of 17 at the moment. So I take this and click on revoke. So this will remove all his permissions. So as soon as I revoke his permissions, now if I go back and try to run this query once again, so as you can see, immediately table not found. Basically it's not there, but it does not want to tell that the permission is revoked. So it's trying to be more secure by giving less information. So even here if I refresh, so data catalog will be there, and if I refresh this screen, so this table will be gone. So you can see user cannot figure out whether there is a table with this particular name or not. So this is, it has revoked the permissions for the user. Okay, moving on, then we have seen the permissions revoked and table not visible. Now finally we'll delete all the resources. So first is to delete the database. So I come here and go to databases and select the demo database actions and click on delete. Copy the name and click delete. So database will be deleted, and next is to delete the crawler. So it's deleted. Now go to the crawlers. This is part of AWS glue. So click on delete and delete. So now this crawler is no longer there, and remove the data lake locations. So if I come to the lake formation, data lake locations, so this is the location which I registered, and actions, remove. So must manually delete service linked role to deregister last S3 location. So I'll delete the role also. So I'll click remove and remove. And if I close this, let me see. So it has gone. And delete the IAM user. So we have created one user and I am on the same screen. So I'll close this and go to the users, continue, and delete the user. Copy paste the username and click on delete user. Okay, it's deleting the user. Next is to delete few roles. So basically there's a glue service role and a lake formation service role. Okay, and going to the roles, so one is our glue and one is for the lake formation. So this is the lake formation data access and another one is related to glue. So if I just search for glue, okay, so this is the glue crawler role and I will delete these two roles. So glue crawler role and the other one. Okay, delete and type in delete. So I'll close this and these roles are getting deleted. Next is to delete the lake formation bucket. So I go to the S3 service and first I will delete this file so that it's empty. And type in permanently delete. Delete objects and close. Then go to buckets and take the bucket name and delete. Copy paste the name, whole name, and click on delete bucket. And this Athena queries, as I talked about, it will store all your transient query and their data so that you can save on money. But anyway, I don't need, so I'll just delete this also. So I'll first say empty, and I have to type in permanently delete. So and click on empty, then exit, and now I will delete the bucket also. Copy the whole name and delete bucket. Okay. And that's all. Thanks for watching.